I'll never forget when I was in grad school and one of my professors had this amazing lecture called The 9 Psychological Principles That Get People to Act. So when it comes to websites or apps, do you ever wonder why some websites seem to just convince people to click to sign up or to buy, while others just leave people feel uninterested? My friends, this isn't luck, it's science. What they're doing is using our caveman brains against us because we're also similarly hardwired after 10,000 years of evolution to act in certain ways. In this video, I'm going to show you 9 powerful psychological principles you can use to persuade users and drive action on your website. So let's make your product irresistible, shall we? Principle 1, social proof. So you may have heard this these days, it's becoming kind of a buzzword, but basically what this means is people trust actions that others have already taken. So if you can showcase reviews and testimonials or even counters like 10,000 happy customers, then people are going to see evidence that others love your product and service, and that will help push them to decide to choose your product. Principle 2, the law of scarcity. What does this mean? This means when we think something is running out, we panic and we freak out and we try to go get it. When something is perceived as limited, people want it more. So how do websites take advantage of this? Well, Amazon, for example, always has 2 left in stock. And other websites like Ticketmaster will say 2 seats left or offer ends at midnight. I saw an example once of a ticket buying website that had everything there was to try to scare the crap out of you that there won't be any tickets for this venue. And I did some other investigation and I found that there was actually plenty of seats left. Principle number 3, authority. This means people trust experts and credible sources. So if you can get endorsements or certifications from well-known people, that's how this works. I remember when I was a kid, there was this commercial, 2 out of 3 doctors recommend it. And I live in a big city and we have our own NFL football team. But what's funny is one of the players, who's not a very good speaker, does this commercial for a local plumbing company. It's like, what do you know about plumbing? You're like a linebacker. Absolutely nothing is the answer, but the linebacker was well known and people are likely to go use this plumbing service just because the linebacker is a person of authority. Principle number 4, reciprocity. So the easy example here is if I send a holiday card to someone else, they are going to feel inclined to send it back to me next year or even the same year. So how is this used in the world of websites? Well, if you give something of value to your users, like a free ebook, a free trial, or an exclusive resource, when users feel like they've received something for free, they're more likely to return the favor, like signing up or making a purchase. Pretty amazing, right? Principle 5, commitment and consistency. Start with very small little asks, like asking users to create a free account or join a newsletter, and then once they commit, they're more likely to follow through with larger actions, like completing a purchase. There's a great example I heard to demonstrate this. There was a politician who was going around through the neighborhood, knocking on doors and asking if he could put this large sign in people's front yards saying, vote for whatever his name was. Most people said no. That same politician, as a test, would go around and say, can I put just this small placard in your window? And they go, well, sure, it's small. And then he would come around a week later and say, hey, you let me put in this small placard. May I please put this larger sign out front in your lawn? And amazingly, he had a huge conversion doing this. A lot of people let him put the big sign in. That's the power of asking for something really small and laddering up to something bigger. Principle 6 is called liking. It's a little bit nebulous, but what this means is people say yes to those things they like, plain and simple. If you have user-friendly and kind and approachable language and nice, pleasing visuals, people are going to like that. People do business with things and people they like, plain and simple. Principle 7 is urgency. It's not exactly the same as scarcity. Scarcity is a limited amount of things. Urgency is a limited time. That's why companies always say for a limited time only. For websites and digital products, you can see this represented with countdown timers, time-sensitive offers. All these are meant to trigger a sense of FOMO, right? Fear of missing out. You also see messages like only 24 hours left to get 50% off. The reality is, in a digital product, these things are made out of pixels. There's no physical inventory, so it's all just made up, telling you that you're going to run out of this or there's only limited time. They do it just to get you to take action. Principle 8 is called loss aversion. In a nutshell, loss aversion means people hate to lose something that they already have, even more so than not getting something they don't have yet. In websites and products, you see messages like "don't miss out on these savings" or "secure your spot now before it's gone." What they're doing is using our caveman brains against us to tap into our natural tendency to avoid missing opportunities or losing our resources in any way, shape, or form. Principle 9 is called novelty or curiosity. So a great example of this is when something new happens. So there's been a lot of movies made in America over time. Why are people always wanting to watch the new ones, even though they're probably not very good compared to some epic classics like Gone with the Wind, right? Because there's novelty there. Humans love new and exciting things. So if you can highlight what's innovative about your product and create intrigue by teasing cool features or exclusive updates, you will keep your users curious and more likely to check out what you have. All right, there you go. The 9 psychological tricks that UX designers use to get people to take action in their digital products. Remember, always try to leverage these principles: social proof, scarcity, authority, reciprocity, commitment and consistency, liking, urgency, loss aversion, and novelty. If you found this helpful, please give me a like, consider subscribing. If you want to know about my qualifications on the topic, they are in the description. I do teach classes on this subject, so check those out, and I'll see you in the next video.